I came flying out here to visit with you as business leaders, and I appreciate the opportunity because it comes a point sort of in middle age, which I can see in the rearview mirror, where winning battles is no longer satisfying or satisfactory. It is, I guess it's a time and place thing. Driving up to Stanford this morning, thinking about the fact I got a 16-year-old, so I got to think about sending a kid someday to college. It's unbelievable. It just gives you a sense of not just how old I am, but how fast time is passing. And so the truth of the matter is, winning battles is important in this context of commerce and justice, but honest to goodness, winning battles is necessary, but it's not sufficient. We got to win this war, and it's the we that is that's at hand. So I'm going to tell you some Timberland stories because that's what I know. But please don't miss for a minute that the reason I came here wasn't to tell me Timberland stories or even to tell you Timberland stories. It was to hang out with people who are open to the possibility of commerce and justice as a model to replace sort of a more defunct view of the role of business in civic society. Battles we have to win, and so that's sort of the daily challenge. But there's a war outside still raging. That's a Springsteen line that I like a lot, and we should go after it. It strikes me as wrong, frankly, and intolerably wrong, that every 44 seconds, and I'm going to use several 44 seconds here, I hate to tell you, but every 44 seconds a child is born into poverty in America. Every 3 hours a kid in America under the age of 20 is a homicide victim. 9.2 million children in this great country have no health insurance. 600 million children the world over live in poverty. Today, 150,000 San Franciscans, is that what you call them? 150,000 San Franciscans live with not the specter of, not the ephemeral notion of, but the physical reality of hunger right now, today. All of this strikes me as wrong. Wrong, intolerably wrong. You say, okay, that's interesting. Your business is in New Hampshire. It sounds like you've been listening to the politicians because they do come traipsing through, because we have 700 voters in our building in New Hampshire, and that makes us virtually our own political party. So it's a nice access thing. You could say it sounds like a stump speech rather than the concerns of a bootmaker, a guy who's running a for-profit company that's listed on the New York Stock Exchange. A legitimate question is, what does social justice or the pursuit of justice have to do with running the Timberland business or building the Timberland brand? You know, not long ago, smart people, not silly people, smart people, maybe as smart as you and surely smarter than me, believed, not in a faithful way, but in an intellectually rational way, that the earth was flat. They did. I mean, not so long ago in history, people believed that if you sailed to the end of the podium, you'd fall off because the earth was flattened. You can go to libraries, probably Stanford has a really fancy one, and you can see cartographers' work depicting the flat earth. And it wasn't just that they had the wrong theory, interesting from a historian's point of view, it's just to think about what the power of such a theory holds over people's imagination and how they can conceive of the world. Now, somebody sailed across the ocean and they came back and the theory needed to be updated, and so there was a new view of the world. And with that new view of the world, a three-dimensional view rather than a two-dimensional view, if you will, imagination, opportunity to conceive of different ways of doing things, all of a sudden were on the table. I believe that equally powerful and equally defunct is the Nobel Prize-winning theory that the business of business is to earn a return for its shareholders, and that anything else that a business leader or that a business does is not only wrong, but it's in fact immoral. That's an assertion. It's an assertion that carries with it a Nobel Prize. If you do fill out the video request form, nobody will, but you should fill out for my mother. She would be thrilled to hear this. She's still not giving me a Nobel Prize either. She knows that I'm a bootmaker when the day's done. Friedman won a Nobel Prize for saying that that's what business is supposed to do. Look, I'm not Columbus, that's for sure. I get seasick. And I'm Nobel Prize, forget about it, right? Okay, but I am a practitioner in the much ballyhooed global economy, and I honestly report, and I humbly report to you, that the theory that says that's all a CEO needs to worry about, delivering this quarter's numbers,